Welcome back on the Prep Pod. He is Mac Horvath. My name is Chad Bush. But the man that matters the most now is our special guest, the athletic director of University Liggett Schools, Dr. Leython Williams.
Thank you.
Friend of the program, friend of the prep, and what a first year it's been for the head boss of athletics at Grosse Pointe Liggett Schools, an alum of Grosse Pointe Liggett.
Indeed.
Which is always cool. And, some championships already in year one. But let's rewind this opportunity that came about, about a year ago?
Exactly. Almost to the day.
What were you doing when you got the call that said, hey, Liggett's open, your alma mater, to be the head of athletics? Do you remember where you were, what you were doing?
I do. Actually, it was right around this time because it's almost a year. Exactly. Last week was 1 year to the day. So I was at home summer. I was a regional director for physical therapy, for athletical physical therapy in the Metro Detroit West region.
Okay.
And so I was my mind was fixated on filling holes where we had a lot of people out during the summer at the clinics that I oversee. So I oversaw about 13, 14 clinics in Metro Detroit's West region. And it was my responsibility when people take summer vacations to make sure those spaces get filled, to make sure each clinic was operating in a fiscally responsible fashion. So I was doing the corporate America thing and, holding my clinicians accountable. And, I had, kind of consulted with the school on some different things. And, I got the call from the head of school that, they had a AD search and had some candidates that they were okay with, but that they wanted to kind of take things to the next level. And so I was excited for the opportunity and had to give it some thought, leaving kind of a corporate kind of role. I had been with the company for over a decade.
Oh.
It was a big transition for me, but it was good.
So they came out to you. You didn't think to apply yourself. They just came.
Well, we had engaged
on your door.
We had engaged around some other potentials,
Mm-hmm.
but I hadn't had the AD role on my radar at the time. I wasn't really even made fully aware that it was open, right? But definitely once it crossed my plate, it was time. I knew it was definitely something bigger than me that was bringing it to my attention. So
most people, I think, when there's an AD, a job or AD available, I would do this, I would do that, I would do this.
Sure.
So now you're in that role.
Yeah.
Are you able to do this and that already, or are you still easing into it?
Brick by brick, I like to say.
Nice.
I'm not able to do everything I want to do right now, but I'm really happy with the strides we've made in year one.
Mm.
And I'm happy with the support I've had from our administration. I love being back in this capacity. It's definitely a different lens, definitely a different perspective. But yeah, I think I had a post recently where I said year one, O-N-E, year one, W-O-N, right?
Yeah.
And so it was a good year. Am I able to do everything I want to do? Not yet. But, that's life, right?